And we got quads.
Strap yourselves in for a car crash. This is gonna be brutal.
Oh my God!
Kerry Katz, first to act. 7-4 of clubs. He raises to 260k. Bonomo with ace-9. Calls.
7-4 suited. Suited connectors in my book.
Hello, trips for Katz.
What a cold deck.
And Bonomo has paired his ace.
Yeah.
Action goes check, check.
Nice check behind.
5 on the turn. Bonomo's going to lead. 275 into 560. Katz just calls.
I don't think Justin has any idea.
The river card. It's the K7 quads for Kerry Katz. Justin has improved to a no-good full house.
I guess Kerry does run good against Justin Bonomo.
Well, Bonomo took the betting lead on the turn. And it looks like he's going to bet the river. 400,000. Kerry Katz counting out a raise.
Here, are these stacks countable enough for you?
That is 2 million.
Now, this is almost never a bluff, but it's way more likely that Kerry is also going to have an ace here than he is to have a 7. And Justin's getting a very decent price.
Call.
Bonomo calls. And now, the amateur has the advantage in this heads-up battle.
Pocket sevens for Preston Nielsen. Another player with interesting headwear. R.C. Sormanen in the small blind. There's ace-6. He lets that go. Benoit Guri is in the big blind. And he's got a better ace, ace-queen.
Looks like we're going to see a 3-bet. Guri's played quite aggressively when he's chosen to enter pots.
He re-raises to 500,000. Quick call from Nielsen. Heads up to the flop. And we got quads.
Okay, that's a good flop.
For Nielsen. Guri was the pre-flop aggressor. He continues with just ace high for 350,000.
Firing stone dead. Oh, what is he doing?
You don't like me?
Telegraphing, I have a huge hand.
How much?
350,000.
Cool.
At least he waited for the answer before putting the chips in.
Guri's got to be seeing this, right?
Deuce of hearts on the turn. Obviously changes nothing. Guri slows down, he now checks.
Wisely. It will be amazing if he just snap folds to a bet here.
Nielsen does bet.
How much, please?
Bet 335,000.
Well, he isn't insta-folding. Is he going to pay this off?
Signs point to yes. 2.5 million in the middle with one card to come. Irrelevant 10 of hearts.
Really shouldn't be too much trouble Guri can get into here. He's just got ace-queen high.
He checks a second time. And Nielsen is going to go for value. 755,000. Oh, wow.
I think without all Vince Vaughn's little baby games here, this is a fold. This isn't a wait 6 days and then call. This is a never call.
He deserves a Razzie for this performance. Oh my, Guri calls! Show him the quads!
4-1, mand. Det ligger der krise. Vamos, El Toro! Det er sygt rigtig mané, den der, mand. Var det lækker lavet, eller hvad?
I do like Crescent, but I don't like seeing anyone go through this, even if they're French.
Sorry?
Did you like the flop?
I like the flop.
I'm probably gonna catch so much flack for this, but I don't hate this guy. He's like the Big Bang Theory, a little annoying, but I like him anyway.
Oh, I heart Big Toro. Our qualifier is in the big blind with fives. He's deciding whether to call a 3-bet. Garcia was the original raiser. Connor Drynan then called, and then Koichi Nozaki re-raised. Well, Hadi Al-Azmar has folded. It's back on Garcia.
Garcia's got the chips to speculate, but he's not closing the action.
He calls.
Drynan is closing the action, and his implied odds are good enough that he can try to flop a set with this.
He calls as well, so we're going 3-way to the flop.
Nozaki 3-bet into 3 opponents with 2 nines, and somehow it's the best hand.
Here comes the flop. Well, there's a 9 and a 4. Set over set sickness.
Strap yourselves in for a car crash. This is going to be brutal, especially when the 8 hits the turn.
Nozaki is an amateur player from Japan, here in Monaco on holiday. Won his seat in a live satellite.
And you know what I always say, James? Something I definitely stole. Always bet your sets.
63,000. Now Garcia has a gut shot. He calls.
When it goes bet call, yeah, I think I'd be a little confused too. I'd be real tempted to raise here. Someone's bound to have a draw or an overpair they can pay off with.
Drynan does not raise. He calls as well.
No, 5,000 raise. 5,000 raise.
Yeah, okay.
Turn card is a deuce. Doesn't change anything. Nozaki slows down. He checks.
Well, Nozaki's a dude here on vacation, so he's going to be more interested in GTL than GTO, but I think he probably should have kept betting there.
Garcia with the worst of it. Throws in 157,000.
I think that lead is pretty loco, or whatever the Polish word for loco is. When Connor overcalls on the flop, I think he's going to be pretty strong.
Drynan calls. Action now back on Nozaki.
I'm all in.
He shoves.
No, man, Rising Sun over here just check-raised the kimono off you two.
There's not much more for Garcia to call.
Both these guys are committed. At least for Nozaki's raise.
Both call. So there could be further betting on the river between Garcia and Drynan. Nozaki officially at risk, but an 87% favorite. And he improves to quads on the river.
Just quads. Amazing. I hope he does not think poker's always this easy. So confusing.
Check, check.
Fair nines.
Two pair.
Yeah. Yeah, lucky day.
At least he gets that this is not common.
A huge double up for Nozaki.
I mean, this is too funny. These two sharks thought they were going to carve this guy up like a piece of yellowtail, and it turns out they ate the piece of the fish that kills you.
Pocket eights for Bendinelli. And I don't think it's a spoiler to say that it really can't go beyond this level. 30 big blinds playing 24 big blinds. It is almost impossible for them to get out of this level without the money going in.
Yeah, Bendinelli here with eights.
It should have ended in the last level mathematically.
The math is broken today, Stapes.
Oh boy, we got a set of eights for Bendinelli.
Oh no.
Top pair for Guerrero. I said the money was going to have to go in. These guys have played pretty conservatively and made some tight folds. So maybe it doesn't have to go in right now. But boy, does this feel like it. Bendinelli firing 2.5 million or 250,000, whichever way you want to
Thank you guys.
get out there. And Guerrero just calls The turn is a
Oh,
jack.
wow.
Oh, no.
What a setup.
Oh, such a cold deck.
Cold deck city. Guerrero covered. I think the only light at the end of the tunnel is we've seen a lot of miracle rivers throughout the course of this tournament. Looking for the board to pair, except for an 8. Doesn't know that yet, probably thinks he's got the best of it. Trips versus a full house.
Yeah, and Bendinelli very clearly trying to set up a sizing here on the turn that can make it an easy all-in on the river. Wants to give Guerrero a good price to continue.
Does it ever go in now? Guerrero has no idea what he's up against. Makes the call, so that's 23 million in the middle. Neither player the pot size bet behind. Jimmy really needs to hit this river.
Oh
The
my
board pairs, but it's the 8.
No!
It's quad
No.
8 for Bendinelli.
Wow.
This is unbelievable. This is the coldest of decks. It doesn't get any colder than this, Maria.
I'm glad you got a sweatshirt for this hand, Nick.
Insane ending, I assume,
Oh my goodness.
to the most insane EPT I have ever been a part of. A literal bad beat jackpot hand. Jack's full, beaten by quad 8s. Guerrero bets.
Wow.
Oh,
And Guerrero leading. Oh my gosh.
put yourself in his shoes. He's got quads and you're getting led into on this river. It's the absolute jackpot payday.
How is Bendinelli's heart just not jumping out of his skin right now? Oh my gosh.
Bendinelli has been so patient, has folded winners. Had a chance to put this to bed. Announces all in. Guerrero hasn't snap called. There's just no way. There's the call from Guerrero. It's over.
He hasn't even tabled his hand. Table your
my
hand.
gosh.
Bendinelli shows the quad.
Bendinelli does it.
Guerrero tables the loser, and Bendinelli swarmed by his countrymen. Somebody get that boy his mama.
Gomez with aces.
Alex and Benny are going to go heads up to this.
850,000 out there. Oh my goodness. Quads on the flop. Don't ever run bad.
Strange. The last time Gomez had aces was against Kevin Saul, and 3 6s came on board. He won a big pot. This time, 3 of a kind is going to come on board, and he's destined to lose a lot of chips right here. And now the question is, how is Spindler going to play it?
He
Well,
is
interesting.
raising, wasting no time.
You know, this is an interesting play here from Spindler. He's got 4 of a kind, and, you know, popular wisdom would say you should just call and slow play it. But what he's hoping for here is that his raise looks like a bluff, and that Gomez does have a hand like aces, kings, or something along those lines, and is going to, you know, play for it all. Well, he's just going to call. Now, you know, the funny thing about this is Gomez actually thinks he's trapping him.
Right, he thinks he's slow playing his hand.
He's trying to trap him as he thought and as he did against Kevin Saul earlier in this tournament. Now Benny Spindler asking for a chip count.
1,350,000 apiece.
6.
Let's see the turn card.
Now,
Like
Benny
it, man.
can't really care how
Turn
much
cards of
Gomez
5
has
of
here.
It's just trying to, like,
Jack,
show
Jack,
weakness,
5
if you
with 2
will. It's a little
spades
bit of
on
a
board. Alex
sort of
is
Hollywood
first.
move. Gomez is
He
checking.
checks.
And that's poker on a higher level, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Now Gomez is really checking in the hopes that Spindler, you know, is going to bluff at it. As we know, he's not bluffing. He's got 4 of a kind. And Spindler is really taking an aggressive approach to this
Benny
hand
bets
to try to
out
get as
2
many
million.
chips in as possible. A big bet once again of $2 million.
Pot up to 5.5 million now.
Well, this is the opportunity now for either Gomez to be an absolute genius and make the most remarkable laydown we may have ever seen,
Don't bet on that.
or he might just decide, all right, Now's the time. Let's get all those chips in the middle. Just an amazing. Oh, and he does. He's moving it all in. Of course, Spindler. Where he's calling, he's got 4 of a kind. Gomez says, ah! Completely dead. River card is totally irrelevant. Spindler wins a monster pot, eliminating Gomez. He's up over 16 million in chips now.
Flopping quads at a final table must be nice.